Hello, colors. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on the latest developing stories. We start with Lamine Yamal, as the Barcelona youngster is the best under 23 dribbler in Europe, according to CIES data. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about this other report claiming that Barca are currently in race with Real Madrid for this teenage Brazilian wonderkid. Who is he? We are going to be discussing more on that. So as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. For those who are just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are very much welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Xavi has a number of options in his attacking arsenal for the ongoing season at Barcelona. Robert Lewandowski may be the only guaranteed starter as it stands, but the wingers have all had their roles to play this term. Of them, Lamine Yamal is the biggest surprise. Arriving on the scene at the Catalan first team as a teenager, not much was expected of the Spanish international. On a short span, he has established himself as a unique weapon for the manager, and only his tender age prevents him from securing a regular starting position. According to reports from CIES Football Observatory, an organization that specializes in analyzing and auditing data, Yamal is the best dribbler under the age of 23 in Europe's top 5 leagues. Some of the other names on the list includes Napoli's Phenom Chivja Kvaratskhelia, Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka, Real Sociedad's Takefusa Kubo. The Barcelona prodigy has recorded a staggering 56 dribbles in La Liga this season and averages 6 dribbles every 90 minutes. Notably, he also has a goal and an assist to his name in the league. So let's talk about the cautious approach. Barca are building the team around a young core with players like Pedri, Gavi, Ronald Araujo serving as the needles. However, they have not fared well in managing the players' game time. With a heavy dependency on young guns, Barcelona have exploited the services of young talents in recent years. Pedri is now suffering the consequences in the form of recurring injuries, while his compatriot Gavi also felt significant fatigue earlier this year. Xavi thus is taking a more measured approach in Yamal's case. The manager hopes to gradually integrate the player into the senior team without burdening his growing body, thus keeping the door to injuries well closed. Of course, Lamine Yamal burst onto the Saints at the beginning of this season, and of course, shocked many Barca fans the way he displayed on the pitch at a very young age. And of course, Barcelona have seen a crown jewel in the form of Yamal this season. And of course, clearly we can see that the Barca coaching staff are so cautious in the way they are trying to, integrate Yamal into the team, which they are doing it rightly. Because we know that yes, we so much rely on young talents, especially as Barca don't have money to go out there to buy big players. Since Laporta came into the Saints as the president for the second time, it has all been about trying to make the best out of the young talents, both from La Masia or from anywhere else. And of course, majority of the players being young players. But of course, still at the same time, it also necessitates the need for the club to be able to, adequately manage them right. Because when we talk about young players, they are still not strong enough. They have still not reached their peak in their footballing careers. Because when we look at players like Pedro, for instance, of course, we can now see the consequences of overuse and over reliance. In fact, Pedro is a phenomenal player. And of course, we can remember when he just came onto the scene under Ronald Koeman's tutelage. Pedri played all game. I mean, every single game Pedri started, and to be honest, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yes, we know he was good. He helps a lot. I mean, but I don't know. The club had a short sight into what the future might hold, the consequences he might suffer. And that is why Xavi and his staff are doing their best to ensure that such doesn't happen again. That is why bringing up a new player, the club must do their best to ensure that he is properly managed, he is properly taken care of, and he shouldn't be overworked because he's still a teenager. And that was how Pedri started. It was terrible. A boy about 17 years, Pedro was playing all the games. He played all the 50 something games we played that season. Coleman was only putting him, and now we can see how Pedri is suffering with injury problems. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barcelona and Real Madrid over the last decade have firmly been in a battle for the South American market that continues to produce wonderkids every year without fail. Madrid had a strong grip on the market after losing out on Neymar in 2013 and went on to sign the likes of Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. Both players are now essential in Carlo Ancelotti's setup and also went on to win Champions League in 2022. Now the club are in competition for 14-year-old wonderkid Guillaume Roque, as per a report from Sport. While the player does not play in Brazil, he is considered one of the players with the highest ceiling from the country. He currently deploys his trade in midfield for Real Valladolid and is ready to take the next step in his career. Atletico Madrid tried signing the player early on in his career, but ended up joining Rayo Majorca due to bureaucratic issues. Madrid have been doing their best to sign Gui since he moved to Valladolid in 2021, but have not found a way to finalize the move. They will face heavy competition for his signing now, though, with several top clubs in the race. This list includes Barcelona, PSG, and several South American clubs like Palmeiras, Cruzeiro, and Flamengo. While Barca will try their best to recruit him using La Masia's excellent track record, they are far behind Madrid in the queue, who have been keeping tabs on him for a very long time. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.